gebroken?
Nee, dat is dat niet geopereerd.
Ga ik ook nog een beetje koffie?
Heel gemaakt. Eerst was het.
Kijk erger dan pispas?
Niet. Want ik doe het pas. Ik ben een nieuw
Het is een
huis.
pijp en das.
Nee, dat komt
Waarom
van
dragen we geen
Pijnstillers.
Dat zijn 6 shiurim geweest.
En wij hebben een Eroef veel vragen.
Nee, dat heeft niets met de Wolff te maken. Er zijn 6 shiurim geweest. Dat je allemaal kunnen horen.
Maar vraag is toch. Oké, nou, geen antwoord.
Nee,
Dan ga ik
het
zeggen.
heeft niks mee.
Maar ik wil gewoon weten waarom.
Omdat.
Waarom we niet blazen op Shabbat? We hebben toch een Eroef.
Ja, dat is een hele goede.
Ja.
Ja.
Het licht wordt geconfronteerd door de zon.
Ook de hele verhalen waarom we blazen niet op Shabbat is heel raar. Het is enig gaat bij de teacher nemen les, heeft geen les genomen van. Het is heel bizar, maar dat is de realiteit. En wij zeggen in ieder zaken loiplu. When Chachamim say that you cannot do something, so they don't say, yes, but in Amsterdam you can do it, and in Paris not. They say, we are not going to do it on Shabbat. Also, if here the risiko is null, but it's not null because it can be that the Eruv is not kosher this day, so that means it can happen. Then once you cannot do it. So Chachamim every time, how do you say, very concerned that if they make a gzera, that it's for everywhere. Okay, meneer, ik kom terug.
Here's your drink. Ja. Ja. Nou ja, heb je nog? Maar
Nico heeft.
Nico
Die heeft daar.
hoeft niet helemaal veel.
Oké.
Ja, dankjewel.
Zo,
Ja.
alsjeblieft. Oké. Gebod.
Eén ding. Als ik wat vraag, dan heb ik mijn eigen reden. En dan
Ja,
wil ik het weten.
ja, maar die vraag heb je net ook. Je hebt net de vraag gehoord, Rav van der Kamp heeft het ook geantwoord. En Rav Wolff die zal dezelfde antwoord
Nee,
geven.
ik heb niet alle antwoorden gegeven.
Nee, het komt op hetzelfde neer. Dat je niet naar de leraar mag. Daar komt het.
Oké, het is goed.
Het is goed.
Maar volgende keer vraag ik niet meer.
Je mag vragen.
Nee, ik vraag niet meer. Ik vind het een gospel wat je gedaan hebt. Dat moet je niet doen met mij.
Oké.
Ik weet niet waarom.
Mensen, Leil Rosh Hashanah,
Mijn excuus.
Leil Rosh Hashanah, I will say it in English, it's a bit too complicated for me. The night,
De avond van Rosh Hashanah.
the avond van Rosh Hashanah, is here in Haag to take simanim tovim. That means that you have good things for the new year. But one of the minhagim is universal, is done by all communities, Ashkenazim, Sephardim, everywhere. It's apple
With honey.
with honey.
There was nothing else.
What?
Suiker, dat is the last few hundred years. Dat is een moderne uitvinding. There was nothing else. It was the most sweet.
Okay. If it can be. I will not speak directly about the reasons. I can say a little bit before we begin the shiur. that the apple, what is special by an apple? We see that Shlomo Melech says ketapuach ben atzei hayar. What is special by an apple boom, what is not by other booms? That the quantity of leaves regarding the quantity of frucht is smaller. Normally, you have more Bladen than Früchten. By apple trees, you have more apples than blood leaves. And when it's summer, Chazal tell us that go away from an apple tree and go under another tree, because the security not to get burned by the sun is bigger if you go in another tree who has more leaves. So what is so special? What is so special by an apple tree? That at Endelek, what do you need from a tree? The fruit. So all what you go when there is sunny and you go under the tree is a side effect. It's also you can use a bomb to be a parapluie or a parasol, but that's not the bedoeling. A bomb is here to give you fruit. So
for Jonah, was it very good?
No, I don't say that it's not practical. I don't say that there is not such a use. But if you say, excellent, the Yotze Gemeente is good. Why? Because when it's rainy in Amsterdam, I can go in the Yotze Gemeente and saved of the rain. But that was not the bedoeling of the building of this building. It was for a shul and a zal and offices. So the tachlis, it's not for against rain. Okay, against rain you can put a plastic or you can put a parapluie or a parasol also for against insulation. So yes.
Is there a Jewish apple? I mean, you have an etrog, you have a lemon, you have a. Is there a specific Jewish apple?
Not at all.
Not at all.
Not at all.
Okay, because the leaves are different with several species of apples.
Yes. Yes.
So there isn't, because you said it's because of that.
Yes.
But it's not really in the context.
That's not the issue.
Okay.
So
is there also a connection with the fact that the apple tree, when we are slavery, was safe for the woman to give birth?
maybe, but that's not what
In this
is in
story, I
Chazal.
mean, the
Yeah,
connection.
but we see that we want to give this bracha to everyone. That at Endelek, what we need and what we do is done for the main purpose. That means we want that our clothes are good to wear ourselves, not to protect our garden. We want to have shoes to go with our shoes, not to put inside, stones, yes? So, yes, of course you can put stones in your shoes, but the shoes are to put on your feet. So this point to be fit to what is the main purpose, that's a tapuach, that's apple. And that's what we want to give this bracha on Rosh Hashanah. That your year is not, how do you say, you have 24 hours in a day, it's not 24 hours for sleep. Yes, it's good, it's important to sleep, but the beduling, if you Akash Baruch Hu gave you 24 hours, is like the Rambam says that you have 8 hours to sleep, 8 hours to walk, and 8 hours to pray and to learn. So that means that you do something normal, balanced with your day. Okay. So of course there is a possibility also not to do something balanced, but that's not the purpose. The purpose is to do your life in a balanced way. Okay, so that's about the apple. Now we put it in honey, like you said, because the siman is to be a sweet year. So we take something sweet, and what is sweet? That means the honey, you feel it sweet, you smell it sweet, you, how do you say, you see it as sweet, all your, how do you say, all the, how do you call it, like when you take wine, what do you say, all the palate, the smack, the taste is sweet, okay? The aroma of sweet, everything is, the pH is sweet. So
If it was today, we found it out today, we had take a bar of chocolate.
Yes, yes, maybe. But
Dus
you have to know. No, but you have to know. No, but you have, yes, right. No, but no, again, both examples that you gave are totally wrong. Okay, and I explain myself. Stevia is too sweet, and we said before we want a balance. We want something who is not too sweet. Stevia, you have to dilute it till you can have it. And one of the problem of Coca-Cola is that now they say that that it's dangerous. All the fake sugars that they put in, and now they have to label on the Coca Zero that it's dangerous. Like I was already in a few countries that they implement. In Holland I see that they didn't. But it's a European rule already from 1st of August that you have to put that like you put in Israel, you have a red sticker full of sugar, red full of netran. So they have to put also a warning about the health. So they try to do with stevia, but you know it's complicated. That the smack of the Coca-Cola doesn't change. You know that Coca Zero is better than the light. Why it's better? Because they already found a way to do that all the aspartame, the acesulfame who is inside, that you don't feel it, that you feel only the sugar, but not the taste of it. And in the light, they didn't succeed for it. And that's for this, it takes for them a lot of time and a lot of money and a lot of energy. So now that there is a new law, they didn't go to stevia straight away. Also, stevia is more expensive, but they want to go to stevia. They want to go to things that are more natural, but they didn't found the, how do we say, the proportion and the way to do it. So we put in something very sweet. But my question today, and I am sure that everyone is not aware about the situation, but not every honey is kosher, and not every apple is kosher. Okay.
An apple is not kosher.
Okay, we will speak about it. Okay, that's the verhaal. Okay. So not every honey is kosher, And more than this, the Gemara in Choris Dav Zayin Omud Beis say, why is honey kosher? We know that kol hayotze min hatameh tameh, kol hayotze min hatahor tahor. What is a product of a kosher animal is kosher. Milk from a cow is kosher. But milk from a pig is not kosher. Okay?
Yes, but the bij, die
Yes.
takes it from the flour
Yes.
en scheidt het weer af, in Dutch, in de honingraad, in his,
Yes.
so it doesn't change.
Okay.
I'm not sure about it, not 100% sure. Today they know a little bit more,
Okay.
but in the past they couldn't see that it was a little bit
Okay. Very good.
changed.
Thank you. Very good. So that's what you say is only one of the, how do we say, answer of the Gemara. Mipnei ma omru dvash dvorim mutar. Why is honey kosher? Says the Gemara, mipnei shemachnisam otan legufa ve'enam mematzot otam migufa. Hu de'omar k'Rabbi Yaakov de'omar dufshe rachmone sharye. So here he says two answers. He said, first, because what you said, they are not putting, it's not a secretion from the animal, it's not a product of the animal, they only
From the
take
flour.
from the nature, from the flour, they put it in their mouth, there is an enzyme in their mouth who makes a change, and they put it back on the kaveret,
Yeah.
on the bee house. Okay, so that's the first answer of the Gemara. But the Gemara continue. Duf sherachmone shoye. Rabbi Yaakov אומר, אך את זה תאכלו מכל שרץ העוף, זה אתה אוכל ויהיה אתה אוכל שרץ עוף טמא. שרץ עוף טמא בהד יקסיב, אלא שרץ עוף טמא יהיה אתה אוכל, אבל אתה אוכל מה שעוף טמא משריץ. ואיזו זה דבש דבוירים. It says that the second answer of the Gemara, it says that it's a gzerat hakatuv. It's not normal. Normally, honey has to be non-kosher. But the Gemara says that the Torah said that it's kosher, so it's kosher. It's an exception in the rule.
The Torah is not clear about
What?
it. It's not clear.
They don't have to.
Zegt het ook niet
Ze hoeven niet aan-
expliciet.
Okay, it's not explicit, but limud from the. And another a way to explain it, that we say that מה שמוציא מגופה, that go out, ולא מה שמשריץ, that goes like, you know, you have a pieuvre, how do you say pieuvre in pieuvre en français?
Bij Rijn.
Nee, in the you have a water ink. There is a kind of fish who is like this, and when he goes out, and another animal, octopus, and is inkfish, exactly. And so he's mashritz. The ink is going out in a certain way, like a how do you say, asperger, spray. Okay. So the Gemara says that the honey is not going out in the normal way of the animal. It's she sprayed it out. Okay. So that's the two reasons why it's kosher. Okay. So according to the first reason, like you said, we have to see what is the reality. So there is an algemene discussion. How do you look reality? How do you look reality? Someone is coming Shabbos morning in shul. It's the first day of Sukkot, not this year, but a normal year. He's coming with his etrog, and
He didn't know that it was.
what? No,
He
no,
didn't
no.
know that it was not allowed.
Not this year.
Yeah,
The normal year.
normal year.
Normal year.
Yeah.
Normal year. He comes in shul with his etrog, and he gets an aliyah. He gets shlishi. He gets a shnuder. And there was this morning two problems in shul. One, his personal problem, and the second problem was the algemene problem from how do you say, from the killer. What? There was a problem. How do you call it? Zwarte punt on his etrog. Yeah. Okay. And so a zwarte punt. Okay. And a second thing, there was two letters in the Sefer Torah who were a little bit attached. Okay. So they came to the rabbi with the two questions, with the etrog question and with the Sefer Torah question. And the rabbi, he takes out of his pocket his loop. He looks on the esrog and say, you have this zwarte punt is not kosher. Does make your esrog not kosher because it's a psul chazazit, it's a psul of mare. That's not. I looked with if you look it like this, it's brown, so that's kosher. But if I look with my loop, I can tell you it's black. If it's black, it's not kosher. Okay. Then he goes to the Sefer Torah, and they told him, you know, the letter, the base with the shin are not mukaf gvil. You need to have, how do you call it, paper around all the letter. It has to be white, blank. But if there is a
Connected,
it's not kosher. So the rabbi takes it. Look, goes to the Sefer Torah, and he says, no, I see it's not connected. I looked it very good, it's not connected. Kosher.
It's not kosher. It was kosher.
But he says it's yes kosher because he says, I see with my loop that
Het is gescheiden.
okay.
De letters zijn gescheiden.
So the question is, who is right? The Baal Koreh, who said the base is going together with the shin. I see it with my normal glasses. And the rabbi who went with his loop and say,
what you want to say is that the loop is not reality and the other one is reality. Yeah, okay.
That's the question. That's the question. Question is, what is reality? Because we can go further. We can go.
Normally we take a little child to look.
No. That's after. That's the story of a little child.
Okay.
Is
een diamant met instuitsels, dat zei ik net. Een diamant met instuitsels, dat doe je met een x 5 keer vergrotende loop. En dan zie je geen instuitsels, dan is die loop zuiver. En als ik met 10 keer vergroot, dan zie ik altijd instuitsels. Hetzelfde verhaal.
Yeah.
But the answer is when the Baal Koreh is looking through the loop of the rabbi, and what does he see?
He see exactly the same like the rabbis. There is no discussion
Then it is
between between Irish and between Hans Anders. That's not a discussion. That means they are both with the same, but if one is using only his glasses, he sees something, and when he is using the glass and the loop, he sees something else. So what you say is correct. There is such a question. If two people see in another way, who are going to see a normal person, something with very, my
Good eyes.
I had my wife has an aunt who was from birth. She was considered blind, okay, but she saw everything because they made her so much exercises that when she said, there is here a fleck on there on your here, because she did so many exercises that she saw everything. So that's not a normal. We speak about average. Every time in the Torah, we are speaking about average. But the question is, do you use external material or not? Okay.
Even with animals in food.
Exactly.
Insects food,
Yeah.
the same. You don't
Exactly.
use
Okay. The question is on the whole Torah kula. That's why I have bring the etrog and I have bring the Sefer Torah. Says Tshuvot Dovev Mesharim Simen Aleph, the Gaon Mitshivin. He says in the Tshuvot against Rav Velvel Mintzberg, who was rabbi in Yerushalayim, who says the reality is with the loop. Says the Gaon Mitshivin, who was a big Gaon, he said, no way. What you see with no loop, that's the reality. So if you see on the etrog that it's brown, it's kosher. It's okay.
With
No
your
problem.
normal
And
eyes, and not with a loop.
not with a loop. And on the Sefer Torah, although it's in reality mukaf gvil, there is a separation between the two letters. But if on a normal eyes you see it like it's one letter, it's no more kosher. Okay? So that's halachically how we do.
I see that always with Lulavim and
Yes.
Etrogim. Here, the rabbi was looking with a loop.
Okay.
Always.
So
What?
So I'll explain you. I also learned by the Meister of Etrogim in Yerushalayim. I was 2 years, how do you say, by him to learn how to look on Etrogim. Okay. And he told me the following. The reality is in middle. What is the reality is in middle? That means
Eigenschap. Oh.
you have to decide with the normal eye, with no loop, okay? Not that you cannot make use from a loop. And what I explained. It means if you see it from here, so that's already considered a fleck, okay? Then you can use the loop to see, is it something external? Maybe it's the product, that we put against all the insects, and that was burned with and that's a kind of powder who is not black, and it's nothing to do with the esrog. It's something external. So that you can look with the loop. When you see on the Sefer Torah, and you see the separation or you don't see the separation, that's the psak. But you can go with the loop to see how it's going. It means to see if it's on a shelf, if it's how it's a way to give you information for the psak who is according to the eye. Okay? So yes, you can use a loop, but you cannot paskin from a loop. Okay?
Mm-hmm. So you can look with the loop at your advert if you want to have the best quality.
To have the information. To have the information what they have, but not to give the psak. So also for the best point.
It's for yourself.
Okay, yes.
Somehow.
extra.
Altijd.
Okay.
Hoewel,
If we need classes. Yes.
everybody.
Yes.
knows.
So that's considered
That is
average.
normal.
That's considered average. It's also bring by the poskim. It's
1.03.
It's a part of yourself, so
it's yes, the poskim speak about it, but at eindelijk the psak is a correction is okay. That's the average of people.
personal correction.
Yes,
Personal
yes,
classes.
exactly. So then what you say about kids, it's on things that the halacha is, how do you say, is has a criteria. That means a half. The difference between a half and a base is simply halachically if it's how do you say square or if it's round. Okay, what we have, what we put a basis on the base, that's not how do you say pure halachically. Okay, you can do, if you do straight the base, it's a kosher base. Okay, so then a kid who learned in the cheder a base with he is nothing. He cannot judge if the chof of the base is kosher. But there are things that we can give to a child to read if he see here 2 words or 1 word. So he is normally seeing, so he can see if it's 2. So he has not the knowledge, because we are looking on all the paragraph, we are looking more wider, and a child is looking word by word. So that's only on this purpose that we can use a child. We cannot use a child to be the chief rabbi. Now, so your question about the honey is the main question that we have. Why? And I will come back to this question in a few minutes. But before, I want to say that the Gemara continue and ask what is only from B or also from Dvash Tsirin, Dvash Gizin, from other animals who has also sweetness, a secretion. Is it kosher or no? And the Gemara say no. Only Dvash, Lo Shem Levai, with no any adjective, with no any Beiname, that is kosher. Only the Dvash, but not Dvash Tsirin, Dvash Dvoirim. The what? Dvash Tmarim, that's what the Torah says. Dvash Tmarim, that's the Eretz Chita U'Sohora, Gefen U'Teina U'Rimon, Eretz Shemen U'Dvash. This Dvash of the Torah is not the B Dvash.
No, it's the Dvash
That Dvash,
dadels.
Dadels Dvash. Okay. We will speak, if we have time, we will speak about it. But the Rambam says, Dvash Dvorim v'Dvash Tsirim mutar, מפני שאינה מתמצית מגופה, אלא קונסים אותו מן העשבים בתוך פיהם, ומקיאים אותו בכוורת, כדי שימצאו אותו לאכול ממנו בימות הגשמים. So the Rambam is very clear. He says, what is not going inside the body is okay. What is a digestion of an animal, that's not okay. But a secretion, that's okay. Okay? The Shulchan Aruch, in Yoredea, Simen Pei Aleph, Seif Ches, on all the products of kosher animal or non-kosher animal, he says, Dvash Dvorim, the Dvash of B, Af al pi shegufe advorim ma'oravim bo, although we find pieces of B in the honey, it is kosher. Also, that we cook it, and we don't say there is juice of a non-kosher animal in it, because this particles of a bee is noten ta'am nifgam, has a bad taste, gives a bad taste to the honey. So we have no any profit of the juice of this bee who are in the honey. Okay. Nowadays they make filtration before pasteurization, but in those days they didn't know how to do, so they were cooking in first, and when it was they did the filtration only after. There is a lot of technique nowadays who are very, very modern. Nowadays, I was near Lille in a very big factory who brings here to Albertine, to Aldi, to Lidl, all the honey. And they have a machine who looks the DNA of all the honey, goes through, and if there is inside glucose or fake honey, straight away they can send back the lot to the provider. Okay, so it's very strict. Okay, so people are asking, yes, but I heard that if it's from China, it's not kosher. Okay, I tell you, it's not right.
It's kosher.
It's kosher. Maybe it's not honey. Okay, but kosher is this kosher. Maybe they have put a few glucose inside. Okay, but in the European factories, they have a machine, a very, how do you say, precise machine, to look if there is any addition of something from outside, any fake.
In France.
Yes, in Lille.
Yeah.
Lille.
Yeah.
But it's a major factory who provide, because I went there for Carrefour, they provide Albertine, Aldi, Lidl, so they get from Romania, Bulgaria, Hungary, they get from
Everything
everywhere.
comes there.
Yes, exactly. And they have a machine, and then they make also, and the difference between the crémeux and the liquid one, it's to let crystallization done in the factory. That means if you let crystallization done or not, so you have not the same temperature where it gets crystallized, but it's exactly the same honey. Okay, so it's only a matter of what people prefer, but it's exactly the same honey. So now, in Seif Tes, the Shurnor says, דבש, גיזין וצירין מותר, ויש מי שעושה ראש ברמב"ם. But we don't have to be afraid, because this kind of honey doesn't really exist in the market. Okay? Not existing. No, a few years ago came not many Asher, but someone who was in the business of all the byproducts. You know, nowadays they say propolis, and they sell dvash malkot, what do you call it? Konine honey. Yes, and they sell also the sirdabei, the raten. Nowadays they make products with it, also for cosmetic products, a lot of products. I go in Morocco in a factory where they do only extraction from the raten, extraction from the and they make a lot of perfumes together. And that's every time I kasherize, because they do before for Guerlain, they do the musk. The musk is they took from a little animal the
Right.
yes, exactly. Okay, so that's so nowadays there is a huge products were done from honey, and of course, like everything, they investigate: is it the reality like this, or only we see with our eyes? But if we go with a loop, or we go with a, how do you say, more and more, how do you say, deep, it is something who goes from outside, etc. So then they saw something very interesting. They saw that when you buy, how do you say, flower honey, bloomer honey, when you buy, how do you call it, lavender honey,
Different kinds of honey.
it's one kind of honey. But if you buy, do you call it what you have for end of the year, pin, what every family has here in his house, tree, kerstboom.
The castle, yeah.
Yes.
Not every
Okay, not every Jew, but the fellow, but okay. So the Kerstenbaum, yes. So there is also in Elsass there is a lot from the Schwarzwald, from other. What is, how do we say, Kerstenbaum honey? Okay, Kerstenbaum honey. And the Kerstenbaum honey, there is no flower. So there is no, do you call it pollen?
It's meer hars.
They cannot take,
Yeah.
what?
Hars. Dus het is van de, het komt van de stam. Het druipt tot een beetje af. Dat is nou honey.
No. So the Kerstenbaum honey, you can have a look in Google. When I grow in Elsass, it was half. Half of the production was half, and half was from how do we call it, from flour. In Lille, when I went in the factory, it was only 10%. 90% was flour, but there was 10% of the production. There are people who prefer Boma honey.
Listen, is the kerstboom honey produced by bees? That's what you say? That
Yes, by bees.
Without, and, okay.
By bees.
I now understand.
But no, the question is.
Peter Makataris, we speak about this, the harshie van de.
Yes, one second. We are not there. Because the situation is more complicated. The situation is that there is little animals who are taking all what you said, they are taking it out from the trees, and they get a digestion of this product, and it's called miela, with miela, 2 L-A-T. And from this miela, they put it again on the trees. So what they get out of the body, these little animals, who are not kosher animals, who are not the bees, what we say here in the Gemara in Choros, they put it back on the tree. And then are coming.
That is not kosher.
One second, you are already Shifra. And they come and they come and they, how do we say, and they consume it, and they don't know, and they get it back out of their mouth exactly like the normal honey. Is it kosher or not kosher? And the question is very important, because we say kol hayotze min hatameh tameh. What is going out of a non-kosher animal is not kosher. So that means that the miela is not kosher. Okay, what is going out of all kind of little animals, it's not kosher. Okay.
So, but you will tell us that after the bees take it to him, it become kosher.
Oh, that's a question. That's a question. Because we say that normally you cannot convert something which is not kosher because it was in the mouth of the. She doesn't make miracles. It was not kosher, and that's it. So it's still not kosher. Or you can say another way. You can say, you in Kededilan, there is a police office here, yes, and they try to see that everything is registered here in Bielefeld, okay? But their job is, how do you say, is more complicated in West, okay? Okay. But of sure, you cannot put a policeman after every bee. You cannot. That's not possible. And that's the question. And the Torah doesn't ask us to put a policeman. So does I have the obligation to see, to go, to look where the bee went? Maybe she went interclave at the mortuarium and took from the people who are dead, and they are asur b'anah. It's forbidden to profit from a dead man, and he took from the how do you say from this dead body? Yes. So what? So maybe he went in, how do you say, on the Asherah. There is a bomb from the church who is for the Avodah Zarah, and he is you are getting to put from Kededilan absolutely. So you will have to put a policeman after every bee where he went. If it went to the church or to the clay or to the bomb. No. If the Torah says it's kosher, it's kosher. So it's a big discussion. So from these people who now make all these byproducts came all the questions. Does the Torah only in the Bchoros Daf Zayin, what we bring before, and in the Shulchan Aruch, and in the Rambam, speak only about the flower honey? The exactly one, what we said, that there is, how do you say, a reason to say that it's kosher because the Torah says that it's kosher, or it's Gzerat HaKatuv, what the Torah says. Do I have to investigate or not? So two questions. So Rav Wozner, here there is a big tshuva of 10 pages about the subject. He said that is not kosher, like you said. What is not kosher, you cannot, how do you say, make it kosher. That's not possible. So the miela, you cannot do it kosher now. Not possible. On the other hand,
You can't.
Rab Chaim Kanievsky said exactly what I said about you cannot put a policeman on every bee. So if the Torah says that it's kosher, you don't need to investigate what is the history of this bee. Okay. Here in Amsterdam, the rabbinate doesn't put how do you say give his kashrut only on flour meals, on flour honey, and also in the list of the Enika they put only this one, because Rav Tubul, who went and asked the question to Rav Wozner, he was here, he gave the shiur, and Rav Yus was by the shiur, and he was convinced by the shiur that he is right, that you cannot allow every honey. Okay, so I know that it's not the position of all the rabbinat. In United States, they say, like Chaim Kanievsky said, you cannot put a policeman, and that was
Honey is honey.
honey as honey, and it's kosher. But here we do it like this. So also now I gave for Carrefour in this factory in Lille, where there is this machine, how do you say, who DNA, I gave only for flour. Okay.
So that is enough if you can see where it's produced.
Yes.
If it's from Lille,
Yeah.
France, it's kosher. Fine.
Okay. So that's about the honey. Now, here in Tshuvot Cheshev HaEphod from Rab Chanoch Heinrich Padva and the Tzitz Eliezer from Rabbi Eliezer Waldenberg is the question about Dvash Malkot, about Koningin gelée, absolument. La gelée royale.
Yeah.
Okay?
Vous êtes français? Hein?
Oui.
Bon.
So the gelée royale, Koningin gelée, because Koningin gelée, the fact is, we see that there is a digestion. It's going through all the body of the bee and going out like meraglaim shel chamor, like urine from ezel, or things are going out of the body after digestion. Okay, so it's a yotze min hatameh. It's going out of something with tameh. So there is a big discussion about this product, and Rav Chanoch Heinrich Padva, he seemed to permit it for a few reasons together. That means, what are the few reasons together? It's how do you say that it's very how do you call it, non-sweet. It's not edible. You have to put it in. Okay. It's
eetbaar.
It's not eetbaar. You have to put it in a lot of
Cosmetics.
No. You use it for cosmetics, but you have to put it in a lot of honey that it gets sweet. Okay, so when you normally when you buy Koningin gelée, it's in honey. That means they put 5% or 10%, and the rest is honey. Okay, because it's so because of these reasons, and in the parallel medicine, they say that with this you get everything that you need. All your skin is getting, and you get younger 10 years, and you get etc. etc. So he says that there is also a medical aspect, so he permitted to do it. The other poskim, Rab Shlomo Zalman Auerbach, he forbid it. Okay, so that's about gelée royale. Now you said about the apple. Is the apple kosher? So if you go in the shop, there is also a shop with in front of Gelderland Plain, a little shop. It's a budke, and they have every fruit that they have. You think that they have it's pre-washed, how do you say? It's so nice to see on your eyes. Every fruit. You think they did it in a kind of, in a laboratorium, so it's nice. And the reality that by apple, it's the reality that apple are geglanzt. There is, how do you say, brunch with a. And the question, what is a product who is used? So there is different product in different country for different quality of apple. But of course, I don't speak about apple what matte. You say it matte, not
matte, it's also
yes,
what matte.
yes, matte. I speak about the gala, the other who are very red. How do you say? Very shiny, or also green one who are very shiny, and they use a product on the brushes. There is a product. No. Normally, it's all. How do you call it before from the bee? The no, the gelée. The rat. The rat is how do you say? They make smelt it, and then they make from the rat. How do you say? A kind of plants. Wax from rat wax. Absolutely. Why? You know why they don't use wax from petrol?
It's a taste.
No. There is a law, a European law, that everything who is on food has to be edible. So that means on Coca-Cola, there is a date, okay, with ink. This ink can be from petrol. But on your eggs, when there is, on the cheese, when there is something written, you can take the ink, and drink the ink. If not, it's not authorized to use it. Okay? It has to be edible. So of course, but that's not the subject for today. Of course, the ink of bottle and the ink of egg, totally different. Yes. But here, so one of the option is the product that you said. And the other option is shellac. What is shellac?
Shellac?
Yes.
Een soort, een soort lak waar je brieven mee verzegelde. Dus,
ja, maar dat wordt hier niet bedoeld.
Nee. Oké.
Nee, shellac kan je
Shellac,
hout gebruiken.
gebruikte vroeger op.
Ja.
Een moment. I don't think that that's the right thing. I will put here in Holland.
Als er een waardezending had vroeger.
Ja,
soms
verzegeld.
Met een stempel van
No. Havelak. Hatlak. Ook gummilakken. Dit of den afscheiding de oké. Kerialaka. Okay, you can see, I can give it here. It's a little animal who
ja.
Shellac is oneetbaar.
No,
Ja, maar het is van dierlijke afkomst. En het zal ook van de schild zijn, maar dat is shellac.
Het is luizen, schilf, luizen. Ja.
Show me.
Oh, nou. Ja, dus geen luizen.
Nee, hier. En geen leuke.
Ik kom helemaal voor
okay, I finish in 20 seconds. Okay, 20 seconds. Shellac is used, but not only for apples. If you look on a few products of dragé, how do you call it dragé? Other there is some where between the chocolate and there is shellac. Okay, so I know that here in the kashrut list they don't put it. The OU authorized it, so you can have products with like M&Ms, with OU, in St. Martin, for example, you know that when you go in St. Martin, you have the M&Ms from Europe with no OU, and the M&Ms from United States with the OU in the same shop. That's the good of St.
It's
Martin.
not only the red one is problem.
That's the red one plus the shellac. The two different.
Oké, kijk,
Okay,
sorry.
Shana Tova, all the best.
Maar goed, die schelp will we make an other appointment next one?
Okay, we'll see. But
Zitten er op die appels of niet? 1st of November.
no, I'm not here.
You're not here? Tell me when you're here. After November you can tell.
Okay, I tell you. I tell you exactly. I have my calendar till December.
Okay.
Till end of the year. Shana Tova.
Nog vele jaren.
Nog vele jaren gezondheid.
Ja.